Hey everyone, my name's Privya and I'm a third year medical student at the University of British Columbia. This is what an average weekend in med school looks like. I'm currently on my urology rotation in clerkship, and I'm not sure what it's like at other schools, but at least here where I am, we don't have weekend call in urology. So since I'll be at home and basically doing what I normally do at home on a weekend, I thought I'd basically show what it's like here. So it's currently 11 a.m. I slept in this morning since I've been getting up early for the surgery blocks that I'm on. Got up, had a shower, did all of those things, and for now, I don't have a lot planned. And what I keep looking at over there is the mess in the kitchen. So I'll probably start by just cleaning up, making some breakfast, doing that sort of thing, and then get some studying done. I'll probably edit a little bit, and then just do a few errands, things like that. So essentially, that's it. This is what a weekend in third year med school looks like.
Waking up in a dream, sleepwalking on another big stage. You never heard peace till you hear people scream your name in unison. I'm so far away from the place I used to be, struggling usually. Look at the new me, fate pursuing me. I can feel the energy in the air. It felt like I'm supposed to be here.
Everywhere I go, I'm getting so much love from fans to stars. Everyone saying how they can't wait for the OP, and I'm gonna blow. They believe in me. Feel so good in what you do. Help somebody else get through. That's why I do the best I can, because I know how blessed I am. I'm so high, I can touch the sky.
I cleaned up downstairs, made some breakfast, ate, watched a little bit of TV, and now came upstairs to get some work done. But I feel like doing a little bit of editing right now instead. So instead of studying, I'm actually going to just work on a video right now, get that edited and done to upload next week. And then I'll probably study a little bit later on. Later this evening, I'll be going out with some friends. But yeah, here I'll do a little bit of work and you can see what it looks like. This is my current setup right now, so I've upgraded things a little bit from last year. I have 2 screens now, and I find that it works so much better for me and my productivity. If you're interested in knowing more about what I have here, my current setup, comment below and let me know if you'd like a video about that. But otherwise, I'm gonna get to some work.
I know it's my time, and it's now on.
It's around 4 o'clock now, and I thought it was time to start studying for the day. I have a couple hours before I have to start getting ready to go out, so what I'm probably gonna do is just put in 1 or 2 hours right now, and then I'll do the rest tomorrow. In addition to the new desk setup, another thing that's new this year for me is the way that I'm studying. So I made a video last year about how I study in medicine. I'll put a link to that up there so you can go see that if you want. But what I found was that worked really well for me in pre-clerkship, but it just isn't working for me right now. So instead I'm making Anki flashcards, and that's the bread and butter of my studying for clerkship. Depending on if that's of interest to anyone, I can talk about that later on in another video about how I'm studying in clerkship now. But otherwise, that's what I'll be doing now. So one thing you're probably wondering is, well, I guess depending on how closely you're actually paying attention to what I'm doing, is why am I studying GI right now in urology? Well, the reason for that is because there's 2 types of studying that happen in clerkship. One of them is that you're studying for what you're doing in that block. So right now that's urology for me. But then our rotations are grouped together by a bigger block, which is surgery. So I'm in my surgery block, but on my urology rotation right now for 2 weeks. And at the end of the surgery block, we're going to have an exam. So although I am on urology right now, I do have to study for all of the surgical subspecialties for the exam that we're going to have at the end. And because it's coming up in a few weeks, I wanted to start making some flashcards for that, so I can just go through flashcards the week, 2 weeks before the exam. So what I'm hoping to do tomorrow is to study in preparation for the following week of urology. But right now, I just want to run through some flashcards and make sure I'm a little bit more up to date on studying as a whole for this block. Okay, so where am I going? Well, basically, UBC has 4 different distributed sites, as you may or may not know. One of them is in Vancouver, where most of the students are, about 200, and then there's 32 students that are spread out across the other 3 sites. One of them being in Victoria, one in Kelowna, and one here in Prince George, where I am. You spend the first 4 months in Vancouver, and then in January, the students that are at the other sites, they go over there, move there essentially, and finish the rest of their medical school out in that city. Right now, we're in the first 4 months of the school year, and the first 4 months of medicine for the students who got in this year. And what that means is that for 1 weekend, they're going to come up to their respective site and visit for the weekend. And that's this weekend. So right now it's the site visit, and all of the first years had the chance to fly into Prince George yesterday. And I think they went out for dinner, probably something like that, and then had some events throughout the day today, and then had some free time to go house hunting, check out the city, check out the university, things like that. And then tonight what happens is that everyone gets together, all 4 years are invited, and then we get the chance to meet the first years. It is time to get ready.
Feels alright, ain't nothing better.
A fool if I take it all for granted. A smart man if I keep my feet planted.
Yeah, I think this looks pretty good to me. A vest because we are in the north and that's what people up here wear. And then some colorful pants. This will be easier. Alright, sorry for the change in quality, but here we go.
To the earth, cause the people that hurt can understand it. You speaking outlandish, I'ma show you how to make it all work. Another planet, it's a short-term goal for me. A record soul for me, it's just more of me and you're here. For you two here, Kendrick, persevere. Defenses, I feel relentless. Ambition with a clear vision. Taking off, I ain't taking off these pistons. I'm taking off on the enemy, your distance. Came across me, how much it'll cost me to get you out my business. I said a planet, it's a short-term goal. No sky is the limit, I'm past that, now past that. Award not 1 but 4 times 2 plus yours.
I see myself performing that. Sold out shows where the room is packed.
Okay, so it is about 10 a.m. right now. I slept in again a little bit because it is the weekend, and let's get some lights on in here. And now it's time to do the important things of the morning, which is coffee.
Sitting at the Grammys winning 5 awards. See myself on the big billboards. Traveling around the world with endorsement deals. Can't imagine how it feels.
Hey Google, stop timer.
I'm smiling every day.
It's about 12 o'clock right now. It's finally time to get down to business for Sunday. Essentially when I'm at home on the weekends, I'm just dressed in my comfy clothes, usually some sweats or a bathrobe. It makes studying a little bit more bearable that way. And basically for today, the plan is to continue making some flashcards for my exam in a couple of weeks. And then I have to edit a paper that I've been working on for the past little while with someone down in Vancouver. So we just want to get another revision of that sent off, and then hopefully we'll be submitting that to a journal as well. So those are 2 things that I'll be working on today. And then I might throw in a little bit of editing if I can fit that in as well. But right now I have a lot planned, so we'll see how much I actually get done. The other thing that I do need to do, though, is prep for the coming week. So I have to study a little bit of urology and look at the slate for tomorrow, which has all of the surgeries on it. And that way I can read up on the anatomy of the surgeries that I'll have tomorrow, and then look up some information about why the surgery is being done, history, common risk factors, things like that. Usually when we're in the OR, those are the types of questions that we end up getting asked by the surgeon who we're with. Alright, well I'm gonna get to it now. I'm gonna start with some flashcards and then we'll see how the afternoon goes. I'll probably make a run out of the house for some errands and try to work out as well. So I think that's like 5 or 6 things that I just listed off that I want to do today, and it is already 12 o'clock, so we'll see how much of that I actually get done, but that's the plan.
Because my dream ain't far away. I'm so high I can touch the sky. I know it's my time, and it's now or never. Shine so bright, I light the night, and it feels so right. Ain't nothing.
One good thing is that I decided to get changed because I can't be wearing my pajamas all day. So I just did that, and I'm getting kind of hungry right now. It's It's about 3:30. Because yesterday was a late night, you saw some of the videos from that. We didn't end up getting home till like probably like 1 or 2 a.m. Slept in today, so we didn't actually get any food or anything like that. So since lunchtime has passed and we're hungry, we're calling it a lazy day today and going with our favorite lazy day option, which is... So that's the go-to right now. So basically we're just gonna order some pizza, hang out at home for the evening. I'll do a little bit more studying later on, and then hopefully go to the grocery store, get some grocery shopping. It does not look like we'll be working out, so that'll be saved for tomorrow. But that's essentially what this weekend looked like. I'll throw in a few more videos of the evening. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me this weekend and seeing what I like to do. Again, as I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions about my new desk setup or how I'm studying, things like that, you know, shoot me a message, write down in the comments below, and I'll get to making a video about that later on if it's of interest to anyone. So yeah, there we go. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you in the next video.
You looking at me and you tell me I'm blessed. Calculated my steps, my heart, my breath. Breathe lungs of a victory, and vividly you see me when I'm at my best, my worst. This verse dedicated to the days that I slept with a curse. Research my paid dues, I'm reimbursed. I burst in the crowd with a voice and a crown. I'm a king on the prowl, and I see mama smile. And a vow I'ma take that I'll never break. You can break bread with me now. We can all take a bow on the edge of the pedestal and scream out loud that we made it off the avenue and walk that mile. In the darkness I often sit back and get lost in the rap that I wrote. When you told me that it spoke to your soul, I was talking to you. I was walking it through every ghetto. Tell success hello, we here.
And I'm so happy I cry, 'cause I can't believe all the things I ever wanted are finally happening for me. And it's so surreal.